yourselves even hungrier. Speaking of which, it's not too often you get to speak before the food comes out, so I know y'all are sitting there saying, hurry up, get done, because we need to eat chow. But it's such a great honor and a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you. And one of the things that, you know, I kind of noticed that there were no liberal protesters out there. You ever notice that people never protest an NRA event? I think it might have to do something with most of y'all having one of these. I won't tell you where it is. It's close enough. But why are we here tonight?
To see you.
No, we're here tonight for something very near and dear to our hearts. The Constitution of the United States of America. Amendment 2. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. You know, I could sit back and try to come up with some real cute little speech or something of that nature, but I think the words that you should hear tonight are the words of the men that wrote that simple Second Amendment. The words that our children and our grandchildren need to hold dear to their hearts, lest this right be taken away from us in future generations. We established, however, some, although not all is self-government, important principles. The constitutions of most of our states assert that all power is inherent in the people, that they may exercise it by themselves, in all cases to which they think themselves competent, as in electing their functionaries, executive and legislative, and deciding by a jury of themselves in all judiciary cases in which any fact is involved, or that they may act as representatives freely and equally chosen, that it is their right and duty to be at all times armed. Thomas Jefferson to John Wright in 1824. The Constitution preserves the advantage of being armed, which Americans possess over the people of almost every other nation, where the governments are afraid to trust the people with their arms. Written by James Madison under the pseudonym Publius in the Federalist paper, number 46. Who are the militia? Are they not ourselves? Is it feared then that we should turn our arms, each man against his own bosom? Congress have no power to disarm the militia. Their swords and every other terrible implement of the soldier are the birthright of an American. The unlimited power of the sword is not in the hands of either the federal or state governments, but where I trust in God, it will forever remain in the hands of the people. Written February the 20th, 1788 by Tench Cox in the Pennsylvania Gazette. Conceive it to be the privilege of every citizen and one of his most essential rights to bear arms and to resist every attack upon his liberty or property by whomsoever made. The particular states, like private citizens, have a right to be armed and to defend by force of arms their rights when invaded. 1972, from debates in the House of Representatives. I ask, sir, what then is the militia? It is the whole people. To disarm the people is the best and most effectual way to enslave them. George Mason, co-author of the Second Amendment. And that the said Constitution be never construed to authorize Congress to infringe the just liberty of the press or the rights of conscience, or to prevent the people of the United States, who are peaceably citizens, from keeping their own arms. Samuel Adams. Firearms stand next in importance to the Constitution itself. They are the American people's liberty, teeth and keystone under independence. From the hour the Pilgrims landed to the present day, events, occurrences, and tendencies prove that to ensure peace, security, and happiness, the rifle and pistol are equally indispensable. The very atmosphere of firearms anywhere restrains civil interference. They deserve a place of honor with all that is good. George Washington. The supposed quietude of a good man allures the ruffian, while on the other hand, arms, like laws, discourage and keep the invader and the plunderer in awe, and preserve order in the world as property. The same balance would be preserved were all the world destitute of arms, for all would be alike. But since some will not, others dare not lay them aside. Horrid mischief would ensue were the law-abiding deprived of the use of them. Thomas Paine, author of Common Sense. To preserve liberty, it is essential that the whole body of the people always possess arms and be taught alike, which is why we have our children and grandchildren here, especially when young, how to use them. Richard Henry Lee, 1788. Those who hammer their guns into plowshares will plow for those who do not. Thomas Jefferson. The best we can help for the concerning the people at large is that they be properly armed. Alexander Hamilton from the Federalist Papers. The greatest danger to American freedom is a government that ignores the Constitution. The writer of the Declaration of Independence, third President Thomas Jefferson. And to close, an armed man is a citizen. A disarmed man is a subject. We gather here tonight to separate that which makes America exceptional and makes us unique. The fact that we're a constitutional republic where the people are entrusted to bear arms. The people are entrusted to be responsible for their safety and security. The people are entrusted to ensure that the tyranny of government never comes to their doorsteps. The people are entrusted to make sure that these great United States of America pass on to subsequent generations. Unless you surrender your Second Amendment rights, then you will end up surrendering your First Amendment rights and all the rest thereof. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here tonight to celebrate, have a good time, but always remember the words of the Second Amendment and the words of our founding fathers who sacrificed their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honors that we could live in the greatest nation that the world has ever known. May God bless them. May God bless each and every one of you. And may God bless these great United States of America. Thank you so much.